Nintendo will do this in 2022 and in 2023, the rest of 2022 and in 2023. That means I'm going to mention 5 things. I mean 5 major, big, huge, ginormous things that Nintendo will do in the rest of 2022 and in 2023. Okay, so if you want to know what it is, let's get into this right now.
Subscribe.
Anyway, so let's get into this video. Nintendo is on the verge of doing something great, something big, something unexpected. Well, maybe expected or kind of rumored, but Nintendo will do this in the rest of this year and in 2023. Guys, if you don't believe me, then go ahead and subscribe and like this video and then come back into this video and say, hey, this video just really aged horribly. Or you can say, hey, Mike, you were right. Oh, wow, I'm so glad I subscribed and I liked the video. And then, yeah, that's the only way you can find out whether I'm right or not, right? If it happens, come back here to this video, put your comment in there, and let's go into the first one. What will Nintendo do? And I'm going to start with the biggest one. Nintendo will release a next-gen console in 2023, okay? This is a no-brainer. Do not ask me how I know, but I know. Nintendo will release a next-gen console in 2023. When I mean next-gen, this could be basically the 3rd version of the Nintendo Switch, because Nintendo did not mean to release the OLED just how it was. Things happened. They were forced to release something, and blurpity, blurpity, blurp, they got the Switch OLED out. But what Nintendo had planned was something even bigger and greater, and something that could, you know, competed a little more with the rest of the consoles. So yeah, in 2023, number 1, Nintendo will release the Nintendo Switch 4K edition, and that will be the exact name, Nintendo Switch 4K edition. All right, moving on to the next biggest and greatest thing, Nintendo Online. Okay, right now we have, the NES, Nintendo Entertainment System, the Super Nintendo, and we got the game Nintendo 64. We have Sega Genesis and a whole bunch of other expansion packs. But Nintendo will also release this year. Nintendo will release the Game Boy Advance, and Game Boy Color. But not only that, Nintendo will also release the GameCube on the Nintendo Switch. But not only that, Nintendo will also release Sega Dreamcast. Yes, the Sega Dreamcast on the Nintendo Switch Online. There is some type of deal behind the scenes between Nintendo and Sega, and it's all coming down online. This expansion pack, this Nintendo Online system thingy will soon be the best subscription thingy you can ever subscribe to when it comes to games. Okay, Nintendo is working on that. So Nintendo is adding Game Boy games and also GameCube and Sega Dreamcast to Nintendo Online. That is the next thing you can come back to this video about and say, hey Mike, man, this video, I think you just broke a record of how badly a video could age. Go ahead, yeah, this is the video. If you want to know how badly a video could age, you can maybe prove it by coming back here when it all happens. But you have to be, you have to make sure you subscribe, because you need to come back to this video. It's all happening. Okay, all right. So that's what number two. Yeah, number 2. Let's go to number 3, because we have 5. Number 3. Breath of the Wild. Guess what? It's not a 2 games. It's not 2 games. It's more than 2 games. This could very well be a trilogy or a quadrilogy. What do you call the quadrangle? Something, 4 games. It could be a trilogy or even up to 4 games. Do you think Nintendo is going to spend this much time building this entire world? I mean, they're adding a sub world, like underneath the ground, underground. They're adding a sky world, right? They're adding the Skylands and Sky World. Plus, they're expanding the actual world they have in Breath of the Wild. They are actually expanding this more further away that we can actually see this more of the world. Guys, they're not just working on the Breath of the Wild sequel. They're working on the Breath of the Wild trilogy or the four things. Okay? So yes, Breath of the Wild is not just a 1 game and a 2 game. It's going to be a series, like maybe like 3 to 4 games. I can say maybe 3 to 4 games. So if I say 3 and it's 3 and it comes out to be 3, then I'm right. If I say 4 and it's 4 and it comes out to be 4, I'm also right. So yes, it's not just a sequel. There are more games coming in the line of Breath of the Wild. They're going to milk the cow. They're going to milk the cow until they can't milk him no more. Number 4, Nintendo is working on a huge mega online store, crazy rebrand, fresh thingy, where you are able to either sign up for the subscription model and get all of the games together or buy it independently. That means the return of virtual console. Yes, but in a bigger, mega, super incredible way, because it'll be hosted online and it'll just continue from generation to generation. Okay, so that's what's going to happen. Nintendo Online will be generation to generation. You will have the option whether you want to sign up for the entire games or buy the games individually. Yes, this includes also Sega games and all that other mumbo jumbo stuff. So that's the 4th biggest thing Nintendo will do, is give you more options. Number 5. The Nintendo Cinematic Universe is about to be born. It'll start with the Super Mario movie next year in March. Then we'll have Donkey Kong. Then we'll have The Legend of Zelda. Not only a Legend of Zelda movie, but we'll have a Legend of Zelda series, okay? Which we don't know where it's going to be hosted, but Nintendo might be planning to do like their own streaming service where they're going to have all their IPs. Can you imagine a Samus Hunter series where she becomes that Metroid character that we all know and love now, but the origins of the character, a Samus Hunter movie. Can you imagine Metroid, the movie? We got Super Mario already coming, Breath of the Wild, Legend of Zelda, and all the other IPs like an animated Kirby movie. Yes, it's all in the plans for Nintendo. We are about to begin the Nintendo Cinematic Universe, and it's going to be amazing. Yes, I predict Mario versus Sonic will happen. Oh, but Mike, this takes place in the real world, and then Mario is in the fake world. It doesn't matter. Multiverse. There's a multiverse where there's animated worlds and there's physical worlds, and something's going to happen. One of those little rings is going to go and find that little multiverse area where Mario lives. And that's where Mario might come over to the real world. And those are my 5 predictions that will happen within this year and next year. If you want to know if I'm wrong or not, there's only one way to do it. It's subscribing with that notification turned on, and let me know below in the comments, what do you think of my top craziest predictions for Nintendo in the next year, basically. And we will see if my crystal ball actually works. All right, I am Mike Perez with Nintendo Academy.